The Wingless main event. You can see it's a huge field of cars that'll come out for this last race for them for the night. Just a couple more cars to be pushed away. Gavin Preen in car number 21, the last of those. So they'll form up for a start. Humphrey and Worrell on the front row. Iwanow and Clark on row number 2. Johnson on row number 3 with Armstrong. Oh, just see that. Jai McKenzie got it sideways on a rut down there in turn number 2. That doesn't bode well. Still a solid yellow. Pace car still on the racetrack. "21 cars to start the feature race. All about set to go. Darren Humphrey will lead them to the green lights. It's a pretty quick start. I wouldn't be surprised if they call this one back. It won't be a start now. David Worrell has jumped it by a mile. The yellow lights will come on. There is no doubt whatsoever about that. And Kim Beard in the steward's box will be going ballistic at that sort of a start. And we'll do it again. The pace car comes back out. They were going way too quick for a start in the first place. Pace car will pick them up. Oh, here we go. This is under yellow. It will now be red. It was never a start in the first place. It was a solid yellow light. They weren't listening, and it ends up with David Worrell in the fence under a yellow light with not a lap even done, and it wasn't even a start. Darren Humphrey is coming to the work area because he was the other car involved. He has a flat tyre, so the front row is going to be eliminated before we even get underway in the Wingless Sprint feature race here tonight. It was not even a start, it was a solid yellow light. The pace car was on the racetrack, and we've got one upside down.
So as Dave Worrell gets out of the car, guys, he's A-OK. Give him a round of applause. Big dump going into turn 1.
So complete restart coming up. In fact, we haven't gone green yet. We had a false start which never had a green light. And the cataclysmic crash at the end of the main straight was on a solid yellow. Here we go. Blake Iwanow will lead them as we go green with Robbie Clark. Travis Armstrong in third place. So move down into turn number 1 and 2 the first time. Jai McKenzie's in the lead group as well as they go down the back straight. Our race leader doing a good job in the early stages of this one. As they come out of 4 is Iwanow. On the outside is Clark. Then Sharp in third. Armstrong in 4th. 5th place is that of Hayden Hicks as they run out of turn number 1 and 2. Jai McKenzie is there in 7th place. So run down the back straight the second time. It's been run at a rate of knots. So they come out of 3 and 4. Blake Iwanow the leader. Second place is Clark. On the outside is Sharp, then Armstrong, then Johnson. On the inside of him is Hayden Hicks, and then Jai McKenzie in 7th place. Black in 8th place will be that of Matt Iwanow. Out of pit pen, they'll come again. Blake Iwanow just in front. But there's a wall of cars, as you can see, in the Wingless Sprint main event. Second place, Robbie Clark. Will he go right round the outside? You bet he will. So Clark takes up the lead. Blake Iwanow back to second place. Iwanow fights back on the inside. He goes back to the lead. As now Clark fights back on the inside, does the crossover. Iwanow and Clark down into turn number 1 as they move out of turn number 2. Sharp in third place. Armstrong in fourth. Jai McKenzie in the top 5 as they run down the back straight here. Our race leader is Blake Iwanow. Second place, Robbie Clark. Back in third place, Brandon Sharp. Jai McKenzie moves to fourth. Armstrong is fifth. Back then to Hayden Hicks, then Jordan Johnson. Matt Iwanow is next, then Mitch Campbell. And Kane Cutts would be in 10th place. Well, one car stranded down there. I think that's Simi Drager in the yellow 59. He rejoins a lap down into the main straight. Blake Iwanow, your leader. Second place is Robbie Clark. Underneath of Robbie Clark goes the 24 car of Brandon Sharp. Moves into second place. Back in third place now is Clark, and then back in fourth is Jai McKenzie. So run down the back straight here in Bunbury. Blake Iwanow's got a bit of a gap as they come into the main straight once again. Sharp in second place, then Clark in third. Fourth is Jai McKenzie, then Travis Armstrong. Sixth place is Hayden Hicks, then Matt Iwanow is next. Eighth place is Mitch Campbell, and they're back to Jordan Johnson. Kane Cutts is the next car running as they move out of pits pen once again. Our race leader is car number 2 of Blake Iwanow. 24 in second is Brandon Sharp. Robbie Clark, and on the outside of him is Jai McKenzie. There's contact there. They get away with it. Back in fifth place is Travis Armstrong as they run down the rest of straight once again in the Wingless main event. They're stuck behind Simi Drager as they move down the main straight. The race leader is Blake Iwanow in car number 2. Second place, Brandon Sharp trying to mow him down. Jai McKenzie coming into the picture in the 95. So run down the back straight once again. Nearing the halfway mark in the Wingless main event. Our race leader is still Blake Iwanow. Sharp, then back in third, McKenzie, then Clark, Armstrong, Hicks, then back to Matt Iwanow. The next one through is the 98 of Mitch Campbell, then Jordan Johnson. Kane Cutts is the next car running, then I think it's Gavin Preen after that. Into the main straight, here is our leader again, Blake Iwanow. Second place now, Jai McKenzie. Third is Brandon Sharp as the yellow lights come on. Simi Drager has spun up there in Catalano's corner. The lap recorders breathe a sigh of relief as we get a bit of a break. And we've got a couple of cars around up there in pits bend, and we've got ourselves a restart in what has been a helter-skelter race. Home, 10 down and 10 to go as we're back under green around the cone. Blake Iwanow leads. Sharp, McKenzie looking for the outside run pretty quickly on Sharp. He had already passed him, but we go back the last recorded lap. One car has gone backwards a couple of spots, and I think that could have been Clark in the 34. He's gone back to fifth place now as Armstrong's moved to fourth. Hicks is sixth, then back to Matt Iwanow in seventh. Mitch Campbell is in eighth. Kane Cutts is there. Jordan Johnson on his outside. Then Gavin Preen as they run down the back straight here. 12 laps down and 8 laps to go in the feature race here in Bunbury for the Wingless Sprints. And it's Blake Iwanow, the leader from Jai McKenzie, who has got to second now. Back in third is Brandon Sharp from Travis Armstrong. Fifth place, the 34 car of Robbie Clark as they run down the back straight. Then Hayden Hicks is next. Back then to Matt Iwanow in seventh place as they come out of turn 4 with 7 remaining. No change in the first 4. The fifth place is up for dispute. Hicks and Clark, then Matt Iwanow, then Campbell, Johnson. Cutts is the next one, then Preen is after that as they run down the back straight. Our race leader is still that of Blake Iwanow. Comes into the main straight. Second place is the 95 of Jai McKenzie. Sharp, then Armstrong. Robbie Clark is in fifth from Hayden Hicks. Then Matt Iwanow is back there in seventh. Mitch Campbell is in eighth as they come out of 4 with half a dozen to go. Jai McKenzie under pressure from Sharp and Armstrong. Clark is next with Hayden Hicks. Matt Iwanow is in there. So too Mitch Campbell. Have a look at the battle now for second place. 3 of them across the track. So they come into the main straight with 5 to go. Blake Iwanow the leader. Sharp in second place. Armstrong third. And McKenzie has gone back to fourth. Clark is in 5th place. Hayden Hicks is 6th. What a race this is turning out to be. Back then to the West Australian champion is 7th place, Matt Iwanow, and with him is Mitch Campbell. They're 3 across the track as well. 4 to go for our race leader, Blake Iwanow. Then back in 2nd place, it is Brandon Sharp, then Travis Armstrong. Jai McKenzie is in 4th place as they run down the back straight. Laps ticking by here. Passing flag is out. In fact, there's 2 to go. Blake Iwanow, your leader from Sharp. Back in 3rd is Armstrong, then McKenzie, then the 34 car running in 5th place. And doing a good job is Robbie Clark as they come out of turn 4. Oh, one of them hit the fence over there on the back straight, lost a lot of ground. White flag is out, and it's Blake Iwanow the leader. He had to stop and prop. Back in 2nd place is Sharp, then Armstrong, then McKenzie in 4th place. Then back in 5th place, it's Robbie Clark. They run down the back straight the final time. Come on, Bunbury, put your hands together. Blake Iwanow, we first home in car number 2. Great set of laps. 2nd goes the way of Brandon Sharp in 24. Then Armstrong is next. Then the 95, 34 in 1. After that, I think it's Hayden Hicks and Mitch Campbell. Kane Cuts in 32 will be the next car to complete the distance. That'll take a little bit of sorting out for the official placings, but it's 2, 24 and 6, your first 3 in the Wingless Sprint main event. Put your hands together for Blake Iwanow, who takes the win in a really good race. Just a couple of stoppages, one at the very beginning, and it turned out to be quite a costly one. 2, 24, 6 and 95, your first 4 in the Wingless Sprint main event here tonight. And they're coming in, they're going to have a chat to Barry by the looks of it. And then the race after that will be the West Australian Legend Car title. Blake Iwanow, your winner. 2nd is Brandon Sharp, and Travis Armstrong finishes in 3rd place. Travis Armstrong's out of his car. 24 of Brandon Sharp about to get out as well. And our winner tonight is car number 2 of Blake Iwanow.
Wingless Sprint's up and done. Drama field feature race. Few cars finishing in the infield. Blake Iwanow doing the business, getting up on the cage. As we just wait for the trophies to come up over this way. Travis Armstrong actually quite lucky in that one. He biked it up big going into turn 3. How he managed to pull that back down is absolutely crazy. Just waiting for the winner boards to come over. We're going to go ahead without him actually. So we're going to have a quick chat with all 3 of them. Home in the 3rd place tonight. Travis Armstrong bring it home in the 3rd place in a W6 machine. Scary moment going into 3, big fella.
Yeah, how I didn't tip that bastard over, God knows. Yeah, definitely pretty hairy 2 weeks out from a title, but you get that.
Obviously, you've got a few people to thank for getting yourself here, mate. A lot of work goes into these cars, as we all know, so.
Yeah, definitely. Big thanks to my brother. He owns the car. I just get the joy of driving it. He helps pay all the bills, and big thanks to Rowie for coming down and giving me a hand tonight. My mum and dad, all my sponsors, RPM Race Products, All Talk Engineering, everyone that just helps out, mate. Wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Nah, well done, mate. Well done in 3rd place. Your 2nd place position tonight, drove a great positioning all night through the heat race. Start up near the front of the pointy end of the feature. The Pettis Carrington, number 24 of Brendan Sharp. Brendo, mate, this thing looks like she's coming in some good pace leading into title time.
Yeah, no, we had a bit of tough run in the heats there, 2/3, and that put us back a bit to start with. So we kind of just had to have a crack early on and see if we could gain some spots, which we were lucky we did. Yeah, she was a pretty racy track tonight, but it's good when it's like that. And unfortunate to see what happened to David and Darren. You never want to see that for the other guys racing. But yeah, hope they're both all good. So
obviously, you got some people that help you think you get here tonight.
Yeah, just got to say a massive thanks to my mum and dad. They own the car, so without them I wouldn't even be out here. Petter's Suspension and Brakes Cannington, A1 Caravan Service, Albany Powder Coaters, and just want to say a big shout out to Aaron from Podium Coatings for sponsoring the round.
No, well done, mate. Well done in the second place tonight. And a man of very few words is going to be an interesting chat. Your winner tonight in the 2 machine, the Ultra Tune Cannington of Blake Iwanow. It's going to be about time you take that number 1 off your brother this year, isn't it?
I'll give it a crack. I already told Dad if I'm taking it, I was going in box trailer. So,
Mate, you guys put so much work, you and your brother, to the probably one of the best presented teams in the field, and the amount of work that you guys go in. You haven't always had the perfect season this year, but it seems you're starting to get the results when it matters.
yeah, we're slowly getting a hold of these shocks and stuff and finding where we like, what works everywhere. So,
You got some people you like to thank?
Mum, Dad, obviously their car, Riley, Jared, Matt, Amber, everyone that helps us out, Richie and Vanessa Samuels from RVS, Castro Edge, Rev Ride Engines, just, everyone on the car.
Yeah, well done, Blake. There's your top 3 for the Wingless sprints here. As we'll go in and gear up for the CB Graphics, WA Legend Car State title, as we'll bring our 18 starters out for the thing. We're doing a medallion presentation very shortly, so if we'll go throw back up to Jace, and we'll be back shortly.